Alrighty, what's going on, everybody? Your boy Man up here. Yeah, I gotta go ahead and get into this. A good friend of mine wanted me to do a blind reaction to this video. Now I'm gonna go ahead and say this here. From what I'm seeing right here on this thumbnail, I don't think I'm gonna like it. Woo-wee. Yeah, I'm not attracted to my husband. Wife's intuition, I guess. Yeah, you already know how men feel about women's intuition. That shit ain't real. So I'm just gonna leave that alone. But anyway, yeah. Uh Husbands, when they do this, I'm trying to read what that says up top there. Wives insult them. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I'm finna go ahead and do this blind reaction real quick here. Now, I just want to give a disclaimer. I am on my phone, not in my usual studio in my house. So the quality and the sound probably won't be the same. But let's go ahead and get into this video.
Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today is a very important topic that a lot of you guys have been wanting me to talk about. So today is the day. We are talking about how wives will completely disrespect their husbands. In these cases that I'm going to talk about and that I'm going to show you, I don't think that these women are knowingly doing this. They're talking about a situation in a particular way to make themselves look good or feel good. But in the same moment, they are actually pushing their husbands down. We need to talk about this because I think that this happens all too often within relationships, even outside of a video being posted on social media. This is happening, and it's really disheartening for men, for good men that are putting an effort, that are wanting to do the right thing in relationships. It's super disheartening for the person that they love to think of them in a very negative way. If you guys don't notice, my voice is still not 100%. I am still recovering after being sick for like 3 weeks, but we're gonna get through this. Before we get started, remember to like this video and subscribe if you haven't yet to catch my videos every Friday. Starting with the first video, this one's pretty bad. I really don't think that this is satire. I know that I talked about this video on my shorts, and a lot of you guys are like, no, this has to be a joke, this has to be satire, this can't be real. But I genuinely think that it is real. Like, I think that this woman thinks that she was doing something here in this video, and it's pretty bad. Before I say much more, let's just watch the video and then we'll talk about it after.
I still stand by the fact that my husband is the ugliest man that...
Wait a minute. That title says, I'm not attracted to my husband. And she started off by saying she still stands by the fact that her husband is the ugliest. Oh, God. Oh, my goodness. I really not going to like where this is going. Whew. Let me rewind this back a little bit. Oh, my God. Let me start this over.
And it's pretty bad. Before I say much more, let's just watch the video and then we'll talk about it after.
I still stand by the fact that my husband is the ugliest man that I have ever met 5 years into our marriage.
Whoa.
If you are single right now, it's because you want to be attracted to your partner, and that is just not realistic. I don't know how many times women on this app are going to have to say it. Find an ugly ass man and marry him. And I'm not talking about a guy that just needs a little brush up, okay? I'm talking about a terminally unattractive man.
Wow.
I sleep with an eye mask at night so that I have time in the morning to mentally prepare before I make eye contact with my husband. But here I am, married, and you're not. So who's laughing?
Number one, this is...
Hold on, before she gets started. Imagine if I said that. Imagine if I said that. Imagine if I said that. Imagine if I said, whoa, y'all would try to find me, find my wife, find out where I work, and just end my life oh my goodness. Y'all would try to convince my wife to leave me. Y'all would convince my job to fire me. But y'all don't have the same energy when a woman says these things. Seriously? Seriously. I mean, whoa, are y'all serious right now? Y'all are actually trying to tell me that. And then she says she sleeps with an eye mask so she can mentally prepare to look at her husband. So what do y'all do what do you do when you being intimate with your husband? Or is you in the doggy position so you don't have to look at him? Reverse cowgirl so you don't have to look at him? I mean, what? Because, oh my God. Yeah, that is just horribly wrong. But let's continue. And once again, another disclaimer here. I want to remind y'all I am on my phone, so the quality is not going to be as good. And I'm pretty sure she has ads in her videos, so let's go ahead and get that out the way. So, disclaimer. But that started off horrible. Well, let's continue.
The wrong message. You're taking it too far because you need some sort of level of attraction.
Yes, you do.
You shouldn't feel like you're having to wear an eye mask in order to like get through what you need to get through. A man doesn't even want that.
Nope.
A man wants you to be attracted to him,
Yep.
especially the man that you're married to. That is so disheartening.
Co-pilot, I'm
Married to. That is so disheartening if he heard this. So this goes on to my second major thing, and that is, imagine your husband listening to this.
Yes.
This is not what he wants. He does not want to be in.
Yes, if your husband was listening to this, oh my God. Oh my God. Imagine how that man feels. See, y'all don't take into consideration how men feel with certain things. It's only how the woman feels. Nobody cares how the man feels. And that's just horribly wrong. And y'all know it. Y'all don't care because women don't face repercussion for their actions. If they do, it's very little. It's very little. But what if a man said these things that y'all say about us, we would be thrown, man. Like I said, y'all would try to find my wife, tell her what I said, try to find out where I work, get me fired, try to have my daughter to leave me, try to tell my friends not to be friends with me. Y'all would make that man's life a living hell. But because a woman said it, she must have felt sorry for that man. Are y'all serious right now? Well, let's go ahead and continue.
Marriage where you are feeling like you're having to force yourself to be intimate with him or to even look at him
That's
in
crazy.
the morning. That's wild to me. And I think that I understand where this message comes from because I have said a somewhat hint of a message of this, right? And what I've talked about is a woman not initially like being head over heels super attracted to a man, but then getting to know him and developing a relationship with him and developing physical attraction to that man. That absolutely happens because a woman's physical attraction to a man is different than a man's to a woman's. We think differently, our minds work differently, but that doesn't make it any less real when you do become attracted to a man. No less real. It is real. It's a real thing. So she's talking about just it not being there at all, period. Like she's married to the man and it's still not there. That is different. That's not okay. You need to have that. You need to have it develop. If it doesn't develop, then don't be married to that man. It's not fair.
Facts.
It's not fair to him primarily.
Facts.
And you can tell that she's young, right? And he's probably young. What happens like 10 to 20 years from now when the drive to be intimate is down already and maybe like you look even more different? It's just it's not good because you can be physically attracted to somebody when you're young and like you can always kind of see them in that light. Even when you're like 80 years old and wrinkly and gross, you see them as they were. Like you still maintain that attraction. But if you don't even have that attraction to begin with, that's not good as you get older because you're still not going to have it. My main
Yeah, that is true, because men, when we get older, yeah, we know looks fade. We know that. But men, we still look at that woman as the beautiful, sexy young thing that we got with. Like, I've been with my wife for 17 years. We've been married 17 years. Not too long ago, we celebrated our 17-year anniversary, like a couple months ago, whatever. And I still look at her as that beautiful, young, physically attractive woman that took care of me in a time of need. I still view her as that. Now, I'm not a woman, so I don't know how women might look at it as to a man, but I still look at my wife as that sexy woman that I just can't get enough of, that I just gotta have on a regular basis. This is why a lot of men tell women to get married when they're young, because that man is still gonna see you like that. We're still gonna view you that way. This is why we say these things. Because I do still see I know my wife is older and her looks has faded and all that stuff. Do I still find her physically attractive at this point right now in our relationship? Hell yeah, I do. Yes, 100%. I find my wife attractive. But there's no way that woman, oh my God, that woman said she had to wear an eye mask just to get mentally prepared to look at her husband. And that man, when he see this video, if he haven't seen it already, good luck to you, brother. Whoo, wee. Oh my goodness. Yeah, looks fade when you get older, so that man's gonna be even more uglier to her. And then I thought women, when y'all get intimate, it's because, I'm trying to watch my words for social media, but y'all get intimate with a man because y'all are physically turned on by that man. You see what I'm saying? So you get ready, you get excited. I'll put it like that. But obviously, I mean, what happens? Because the man is going to want sex. The man is going to want it. So are you excited when you see him? When y'all getting it on? I mean, I'm trying to figure this out. Because, wow, man. I can't, I'm trying to watch my words for social media, but wow. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue this, because this video is already kind of long, and I know I'm going to make it a little bit longer. So let's go ahead and continue.
Point here, though, is that this is a huge insult to him. Like, she is blatantly insulting him online. She thinks that she's doing something and she's sending this great message, but it is such an insult to her husband. Like, could you imagine if a man came on and said that about his wife?
Thank you.
Could you imagine the comments? Could you imagine the backlash? Could you imagine what would happen in his real life?
Thank you.
Everyone would be telling her to leave him.
Thank you.
Well, that's not what happened in these comments, unfortunately, even though it should have, right? But that's the double standard. And I think, honestly, what a lot of men see here when they watch this video is they start to question, okay, why is she with him? She's probably with him for other reasons that are even just worse off than if she was with him because she was attracted to him. That is, maybe he is financially stable. You know, maybe it's just the fact that he is willing to marry her and give her this life and give her children. It's just so messed up on so many levels. The second video we need to talk about is a little less like in your face ridiculous compared to the first one, but it's still an important one because I think that this sort of thing happens to a small degree in most relationships at some point, especially if a woman does not truly respect her man and respect the choices that he makes, and then respects like her role in his life. Before I say more, let's watch the video.
My daughter is being treated
like her role in his life. Before I say more, let's watch the video.
We're going to a funeral right now, and my husband always needs something, and normally I can like carry a lot of stuff, but since I had a smaller bag, I was like, he's either gonna need Advil or lotion, and I was like, I can't fit the lotion in here, so I'm just gonna put Advil in here. So we stopped at this Starbucks beforehand, and he was like, and I was like, what? He was like, my head kind of hurts. And I was like, we literally are 5 minutes out of the house. And I was like, I have some ibuprofen if you need. And he's like, what? No way. And I was like, yeah.
You gotta talk like that?
And he goes, he's like, that's so attractive. I said, what? Someone being your mommy?
No, he doesn't want you to be his mommy.
That is so disrespectful with the sound effects. That's not how he talks. Why do y'all do that? I hate it when men do that. Try to talk like a woman. Well, I just... No, stop that shit. You can just say what you gotta say without the stupid sound effects. Oh my God. That is just so irritating to me. It just stomps on my last nerve in my... Oh my God. I mean, yeah, stop doing that. You can actually talk. And then talking about his mommy. Okay, what kills me is this. Women love to tell men, don't treat them like his mom. But women love to go out and look for a man to love them like their dad does. Now, a complete stranger do not have to love you like dad, like your dad. Even if you get married to the man, been with the man for 100 years, he still is not going to have the love for you like your dad does. So stop trying to tell us quit looking for a woman to treat us like mom, but you're looking for a man to treat you like your dad. Talk about we're trying to treat you like your mommy? Wow. But you want somebody to support you and protect you like your dad, so how come you can't take care of me and love me like my mom? Yeah, whatever. Anyway, let's go and continue. I don't know, those sound effects that women do, to me, they're disrespectful and they just get on my last nerve. But let's go ahead and continue.
He doesn't want to be spoken to that way, like
Nope.
a child either. And the way that she changes her voice when mimicking him,
Thank you.
that's not a good thing.
Nope.
Like, that is an insult for her to be mimicking him in that way.
Thank
and
you.
that's what she doesn't realize. What he really appreciates is just being thought of. It's all about anticipating his needs. The fact that she anticipated his needs and prioritized him and was thoughtful towards him, that is what's attractive.
Thank you.
It's not about her being a mommy and taking care of him and doing these things that she would do for a child. No, those are actually pretty normal things, like carrying something for him that you're anticipating he might need, or doing something for him that is attractive because you're his partner. And this is most likely a double standard in their relationship, because I bet you anything that she appreciates when he anticipates her needs and does things that are like a daddy for her.
What did I just say?
The fact that this woman filmed this.
What did I just say? I just said that. Y'all don't want us to think of you as our mom, but you want us to think of you, but you think of us as our daddy. You want us to provide and protect like your dad did or whatever. But you don't want us to look at you to be a caregiver or a lover or whatever like our mama. Really? You don't want us to look at you like mom, but you'll look at us like dad. Come on. I just said that. Shout out to, I think her name was Emily King. I think this is her name. Shout out to her. Me and her think alike. Yeah, we think alike. We here. Let's go and continue.
And thought it was a good idea to post this about her husband. It's disrespectful and it is insulting towards him.
Yes.
I think that she thinks that she's being funny and that she's appealing to other women, other wives that might also think negatively about their husbands. And let me tell you, they did show up for her in the comments, but I can tell you this is not a good thing for her relationship. Moving on to video 3. This one's pretty short and sweet, but it's pretty bad, guys. Let's watch it.
Every father after his child is born.
Okay, he's asleep. Okay, what's wrong with that? The man asleep. What's wrong?
The fact is that woman just gave birth, right?
Okay, I don't get that. He's asleep. I fell asleep when my wife was. I was gonna say my wife was born. I fell asleep when my daughter was born. You know, my wife gave birth. I fell asleep in the hospital room. At least the man is there. I'm trying to figure out what is she trying to say here. You know, you got a lot of women that give birth with no man in the room. No family at all. So, I don't know. I'm confused on what she's saying. Well, he's supposed to be up. What are you trying to say? He didn't give birth, so he shouldn't be tired? I mean, I'm trying to figure out what it is that you're saying. I mean, at least he's there. I mean, I'm just confused. That's all that is. I'm trying to figure out where she's going with this. I guess I'm just trying to figure out the purpose of this video. But let's continue. Maybe she'll say it.
Like, she just went through one of the hardest experiences of her life, okay? Yeah. But what I'm about to say does not take away from that. And that is that man also went through a tiring experience, right? Yep. He watched the love of his life, most likely, give birth to their child. It's very stressful. He has zero control, yep. Right? And he is there. He's present during that entire process.
And men, we like to have control over things. That's how we're able to lead and protect, if we have control. But we don't have control over you giving birth. We don't have control over that. So I'm trying to figure out what was her point in all of that. Showing him sleep. You know? Maybe he's tired because now he knows he don't have to, you have all these craving attacks that he don't have to run to the store to get you some gummy bears and pickles and ice cream. He don't have to go and get you salad dressing and milk. Trust me, my wife had crazy ass cravings when she was pregnant. Excuse me. Oh, I remember that. Gummy bears and salad dressing. What? Oh my goodness. I was like, can you go to the store and give me some gummy bears and some salad? How do those two things, I'm sorry, side note, but how do those two things combine with each other, knowing you would never eat those together ever again? How does that work? Your brain tells you, I want to eat some cookies and a pickle. I want to eat some cereal, but I don't want milk. I want a Pepsi in it. Huh? I don't know. I'm not a woman, so I don't know. It's just weird to me. But anyway, not like she said, not taking nothing away from her giving birth, because that is a beautiful experience, a tiring experience, a life-threatening experience, because women have passed away from giving birth. So it is a great thing. It is a remarkable thing that women do bring another life into this world. So I'm not taking nothing away from that. But I just try to figure out, why did she record him sleeping? What's wrong with that? You don't think he's tired too? I mean, if anything, you shouldn't be recording him. You should be asleep. And he's in the hospital with you. Like I said before, there's a lot of women that don't have nobody in the hospital with them. I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm not really understanding why she recorded him talking about every father when their child was born. So, I mean, that was me too. I know my woman's okay because she's in the hospital. My child is okay because my child is in the hospital. If anything happens, they'll wake me up. I don't know. I guess I'm just, yeah. But let's go ahead and continue this video. Don't have too much longer to go.
And he's probably now under the belief that you're good and the baby's good and you guys are just chilling and you're bonding and you're relaxing. Like, he really probably thinks that now's the time for him to just chill out and relax, and maybe he just fell asleep by accident. My main points on this are twofold. Number one, if you're not okay with him relaxing and you want him to be present, maybe you just want that emotional support.
Yeah,
maybe you just want him to be awake and to talk to him. That's okay. That is okay to ask for, but you know what? You need to use the words. You need to tell him that, because I bet you anything, if you told him that, if you verbalized it, he would be there and he would be awake. And then the second part that I have to say about this is that you posted a video of him in a very negative light after you gave birth to his child. How do you think that's going to pan out?
I hate it when women say, I'm taking care of your kids. I'm cleaning your house. I'm cooking food for you. No, you gave birth to our child. You're cleaning our house. You're cooking food for both of us. Quit trying to make it seem like you're just a victim. She didn't give birth to his child. She gave birth to their child. So you trying to say that's not your child then? If that child only belongs to him, then there shouldn't be no such thing as child support. There shouldn't be no thing as a custody hearing. None of that stuff. If that's just his child, if I'm taking care of your kids, I gave birth to your child, well, then all this child support, all this custody and all this, she won't let me see my child, none of that should be in existence then. I mean, am I wrong? Let's continue.
For you. Do you think that's going to be a good thing for your relationship, especially your relationship in the most stressful time period, which is having a newborn? It's not a good idea. And the reason why it's not a good idea is that you are not showing him in a good light. And especially because he was probably there for you. He was present. He was going through the stress of the whole birthing process.
Ain't that what I just said?
You completely took away from everything that he potentially had done during that time, because you are showing him just sleeping. Like, this is just what men do, what fathers do after the birth of their child. But that's just my take on these 3 videos. If you guys agree or disagree, as always, leave it.
Okay, sound like that's the end of it. But yeah, ain't that what I just said right there? I swear, y'all women do not understand the little simplest things that y'all do will end everything for you. And I'm telling you, it's only because women do not suffer enough repercussions for their actions. That's just all that is. They don't. I swear. Let's just put it like this. Let's just flip the script on all of 3 of these videos. Let's just say if I recorded myself saying my wife is someone unattractive, fellas, go find you an ugly, fat-ass woman and marry her. You're going to be happy because she's going to take care of you. Imagine the backlash and the hell I'm finna get ready to face if I said some shit like that. And then the second one, female intuition. I'm putting that in quotes. I know y'all can see me. Female intuition. Even though there's no such thing, but whatever. Imagine if I said that. Well, I just want you to pay attention to me and notice me. Y'all be so offended that I'm talking like that. That I'm mimicking you in that way. And then the third one. Let's just say I'm up with the child and taking care of the child, and I recorded women not being there for their newborn child. And I pan it over to you sleep. Y'all gonna find some kind of way to discredit me. Like I said, tell my woman to leave me, make me lose my job, all of that stuff. It don't sound good when a man disrespects the woman, but y'all are all perfectly fine with disrespecting a man. And you wonder why men don't want to get in relationships, don't want to have kids, none of that stuff. You wonder why. These are 3 reasons right here. 3 perfectly good reasons. I see women all the time on social media Fellas, why y'all don't take women serious no more? Why y'all don't want to get married, don't want to be in committed relationships anymore? I need to understand this. Even though there's 1,000 videos out there of men telling you why, you just ignore them all. And they right in your face. Men are telling you. This is so disrespectful. Anyway, with all that being said, this is your boy Man Up. I'm finna go ahead and chunk the deuce. Yeah, I can't take no more of this one. I'll holler at y'all.